More and more guys are trying to get into online business so they can have more location and financial freedom. So today I'm going to tell you how I got started and saw some success. What up, homie? My name's Dave and I put out new videos every Friday to help you get the girls you want and become the man you're meant to be. Now, as a lot of you guys know, I started my online business journey back when I was in my early 20s, and it was the catalyst for me to start traveling the world, live in over 20 different countries, and gain financial freedom. But I definitely had a lot of ups and downs along the way, and I know a lot of you guys struggle to get started too. So today I'm gonna give you my whole journey and tell you what really helped me to break through and make that first 100K and more. Let's get into it.
Once upon a time in the city of Milwaukee lived a boy with a dream and a vision not to copy and a heart to make music that could transform my body, mind, soul, come out of hiding, Ali, oxen free.
So at the very beginning of my journey, I had a massive mindset shift, and you gotta understand, this was super necessary. Back in my early 20s, I had just graduated with an accounting degree. I didn't know really anything about business. I thought that if you wanted to be successful, you had to have like some crazy good idea that was super unique. And if you didn't do that, then you're just gonna go get a job. So how did I make that mindset shift? How did I start thinking outside of the box? Well, it started by me reading a couple of books, and those books were The 4-Hour Workweek and The Game. Now, The 4-Hour Workweek is basically a book about starting up an online business and being efficient as possible with it, and The Game, as you probably know, is a book about the early days of the pickup artist. What really struck me about both of these books wasn't like any specific technique that they were using, but that they were portraying a lifestyle that I didn't even know was possible. A lifestyle of freedom, of working online, of constantly traveling, and it was the lifestyle that I wanted. So yeah, that's when sort of the seed was planting in my mind of shifting my mindset, realizing what was really out there. And from that point, I also happened to be trying to improve with girls at the same time. So I was trying different techniques. I was approaching hundreds of girls. I was really putting myself out there and trying to get my dating life handled. That's when I started connecting with some other like-minded guys who were also trying to improve with women, and that really started to accelerate my progress. The beauty of it was, though, hanging out with these guys actually helped to further shift my mindset, because they weren't just into trying to get better with girls. Sure, that was part of it, but as we started getting better with girls, we started wanting more out of life. We started thinking, hell, if I can do this, if I can go up and pick up the hottest girl in a bar, why can't I do other things? Why do I have to get bossed around at work? Why do I not have freedom in these other areas? Why can't I fucking take control? So little by little, we all started taking control. A few of us quit our jobs. We were getting into different aspects of online business. We were trying to figure some shit out, figure some way to gain that control and get that freedom in our lives. But this mindset shift really set the foundation for what I was gonna do moving forward.
You got my full attention, thinking while I sit and listen, flipping through competition.
So from the people I was connecting with and from the things I was reading, I knew that in order to start making money online, I needed to learn some type of monetizable skill, something that I could get good at that people could pay me money for. So I started doing some research. I found things like graphic design, coding, search engine optimization, social media management. Nothing really caught my eye, but then I found copywriting. For those who don't know, copywriting is basically writing sales pages, writing emails that sell something to a big audience, maybe even helping write a script of a video that helps to sell a product or a service. Now, I've always enjoyed writing and I had a little bit of talent with it. Like back in the day, like middle school, high school, I used to post like MySpace blogs every single day, like poetry. I was in AP English. I just always loved conveying things through the written word. So when I found out about copywriting, it felt like the perfect match, and I took it and ran with it. So over the next few months, I started teaching myself the skill. How did I do that though? Did I go to college? Did I need a degree? No, none of that shit mattered. What I started doing was handwriting sales letters from the past that have proven to sell well. That way I could internalize the patterns and the different things that made those writing pieces work. I did one of those every single day while also researching how to find clients. Aside from this, I also connected with people who had already had some level of success in copywriting or were at least trying to get to a successful level, and I joined a mastermind with those people. So basically, I was trying to consume myself in the copywriting world. Now hey, learning a skill is great, but if you don't utilize it, you ain't gonna make any money with it. So that's what came next.
Face it, greatness is in my genetics. Rely on me, you never regret it. Victory's mine, yeah, that's where I'm headed.
I knew I needed to start getting paid, so I started looking in my immediate network for clients, and that's how my first client ended up being my mom's best friend from high school. I helped her write out the copy for a brochure, and boom, just like that, I had my first paying client, made a couple $100s, and I was officially a copywriter. From there, I kept it rolling. I started looking for work on sites like Upwork, as well as relevant Facebook groups. Basically, I would find Facebook groups where people were posting copy jobs, and I would try to apply for them. I was making a little bit of money here and there. Nothing was really hitting quite yet in those first few months, but then my buddy sent me an application for this online gig. I had very little experience at the time, but I did have a lot of passion and enthusiasm, and people who talked to me could tell that I was learning my shit and I was ready to grow. And those things, paired with a little bit of the experience that I did have, helped me to land my first official online copywriting gig, which was for $2,000 a month. It was with a guy who was running his online business, which was an American business, but he was running it from Vietnam. And that's when I booked my plane ticket, went out there and trained with him. The crazy thing about that was that moving to Vietnam opened up the doors for me to meet tons of other entrepreneurs who were doing similar things. And that's exactly what happened. Not only was I making a couple grand a month with that copywriting gig, but I started meeting entrepreneurs in cafes and different other communities within Vietnam. And I started getting even more online gigs. I remember my first 3K month thinking, man, this is mind blowing. I can't believe I'm making this online and able to live here. This is insane. After another few months, I was able to leverage those skills and that experience to get an even better online gig, not paying 2K a month, but paying 4K a month with a huge supplement company that you probably have heard of. And getting 4K a month for me at the time was insane because that allowed me to save a bunch of money while still traveling, doing my thing, and have an awesome lifestyle. For example, that's when I ended up moving out to Spain for a few months with How to Beast, as well as moving to Medellin, Colombia for 6 months.
What's up guys, Dave from Postgrad Casanova, and today I want to talk to you. What's up guys, Dave from Postgrad Casanova, coming to you from my new rooftop in Medellin, Colombia. It's awesome. I love waking up to the mountains all around me.
The world was my oyster, but little did I know, this was still just the beginning of the journey.
I've been flipping pages since I could remember. That told me I had to be within the lines of 2 degrees and 9.
Now the money from the copywriting gig was nice and it gave me a certain level of security, but there was still a little bit of an emptiness with it in the fact that I was still working for somebody else, even if it was online, and that kind of annoyed me. Like I wanted to have my own thing. So I thought, all right, how can I do this? And I realized I need to combine my copywriting skill with something else to really take shit to the next level. So I thought, all right, what else am I good at? Dating. I'm really good at picking up girls, meeting girls, all that type of stuff. And I'd already started a blog around that at the time, but I hadn't really figured out a way to monetize it. I was still trying to it was still like some idea in my head. But at this point I realized all right, I need to combine these skills and really make something happen. And I'd already met How to Beast at that point, and I knew that he'd written a bunch of best-selling books on Amazon about like fitness, a little bit about dating, confidence, and I thought, you know what, maybe I can do something like that too. So I used my copywriting skill and my knowledge of dating to write a book that some of you might know of called Conversation Casanova. And that book ended up going on to sell over 50,000 copies, still sells thousands of copies to this day. The book was a massive success and it helped me to add another level of security once I was all done with that copywriting gig. The powerful thing about the book was that it now gave me a baseline level of basically passive income, which I didn't have to work for. So that freed up my time to do other stuff. My living expenses were covered, so now I could continue building and work on other things. And another awesome thing about it is I was able to make that money doing something that I actually enjoyed and give back in terms of a skill that had really changed my life, which was dating.
Hey, yo, the plan is to get high, to never see the lows. Pick all the right friends and never meet a foe. If I could make all my wrongs right, but show my enemies up alone like all of your.
So I didn't just stop with one successful book in Conversation Casanova. I kept going and kept working. I built an online course and I wrote another book, and those saw some success too. But then I got to a point where I kind of hit a plateau. I couldn't really figure out how to make any more money. I wasn't sure what to create next. And that's when I made the decision to hire a business mentor. Getting that mentorship helped me to create new programs and even a mentorship course, which I now run, which has allowed me to not only give back even more to guys and help them on a more personal level, but really elevate my business in general. And now I've teamed up with How to Beast, who, as you probably know, he has around 1 million subscribers, and we're mentoring guys together in our new Beast Lifestyle program. By the way, we're still taking applications on that. Basically, it's a program that's not only gonna help you to level up your lifestyle, but also massively gonna help you to level up your dating life. If you want to apply for that, just hit the link in the description. But now let's talk about what I've learned throughout this journey and what you can apply to your own journey.
What you about to witness is the underdog on a mission to be winning. Smoke the opposition, got no competition. I'm driven by the.
So now I'm just quickly gonna walk you through a few of the big things that allowed me to see some success where a lot of people have failed. First, not giving a fuck what other people thought. At a time where a lot of guys were trying to buy cars, buy nice things, buy houses to kind of look cool to other people, I was sitting there living in my parents' basement trying to learn copywriting for months, basically making very little money. I felt a little stupid and maybe even like I was falling behind, but I knew that this was the path I needed to take to get where I wanted to go. So I stuck with it and I just kept not giving a fuck. Second, thinking outside the box. At the time, everybody was telling me, Dave, go to grad school, get your master's in accounting. What else are you really gonna do? But I was like, you know what? If this isn't gonna help me get the lifestyle I want, why would I get another degree? What the fuck is really the point? I want this lifestyle of freedom and, financial and location freedom. And I know that you don't really need a degree to do that, so I'm gonna try to figure this thing out. Third, taking risks. One of the biggest game changers for me was moving out to Vietnam. And man, I barely had any money at the time. I could barely even afford a flight home if it didn't work out. But I knew that putting myself out there and trying to connect with sort of that entrepreneurial environment that was out there was gonna give me the tools, the structure, and the connections I needed to make this actually happen. So I took the risk and did it and trusted myself instead of living scared. And then geographical arbitrage. The whole time I've been making money online, I've been living in countries that are a lot cheaper to live in than the US. So for example, places in Southeast Asia like Bangkok and Vietnam, places in Latin America like Colombia, places like Mexico. So this allowed me to make more money, continue scaling my income up while my cost of living stayed the same. None of these things were easy, but if I could do it, I know you definitely can too. And just to show you how possible it is, my girlfriend Yuki actually started up her own successful online business in the past year. You wanna tell them about it?
Sure. I've been teaching Spanish for more than 1 year already, and I made between $800 and $1,000 per month.
Boom, there you go. So she teaches Spanish a few hours a day, makes that money, brings in that cash, and she has a nice little side hustle going from what she's already doing. So whether you're building a full-out business or just having the side hustle like a Yuki, you can definitely make this happen. Anyway, bro, if you want some more help building monetizable skills and starting up online businesses, then check out this playlist right here. Let's keep it going. I'll see you there, homie.